The sun was rising slowly over fields of amber grain, and the morning carried silence after weeks of pouring rain. I stood beside the old barn door with coffee in my hand, watching light spill over places only you could truly mend. I've walked roads I shouldn't have taken, I've chased shadows in the night, I've searched for peace in places far away from, but every broken mile behind me, every tear that touched the ground, was another step that led me to the mercy I have found. Because you were never distant, even when I ran away. You were writing hope and healing into every single day. I hear the sound of grace in the wind calling me back again. The sound of grace in the wind whispering my name. When my heart is tired and restless, when my faith feels worn and thin, when my faith feels worn and thin, I hear the sound of grace in the wind calling, calling me home again. I remember Sunday mornings in that little country church. The choir wasn't perfect, the voices sometimes cracked, but heaven seemed so close to us inside those walls of faith. The years have taught me many things, how quickly time can fly, how some prayers are answered softly and some answers take their time. But never once have you forgotten a promise that you made, and never once has your compassion turned your children away. If tomorrow brings another storm, if the night feels long and cold, I will trust the hands that formed the stars and hung the moon in gold. The God who stood with Daniel is the God who walks beside me now and never ceases loving me. And when I cross that finding shore, I'll hear the songs of angels like I've never heard before. The gates will open slowly, the king with scar I've carried here will disappear in grace. I hear the sound of grace in the wind stronger than my fears, singing through the broken places, healing all the years. Your mercy never ends and I will keep on following. The sound of grace in the wind leading me back home to the arms of my Savior, where I will never walk alone. The fields will fade, the rivers may run dry someday, but your love will keep on singing long. I know what I will hear, the sound of heaven calling me home. The sun was setting slowly behind the hills of Tennessee. A gentle wind was blowing through the branches of the trees. I sat there on the front porch with my old guitar in hand, thinking about the roads I've walked and all I couldn't understand. There were nights of disappointment, times I felt abandoned, standing in the pouring rain. But looking back, I see you now in every tear I cried, because even in the darkness, Lord, you never left my side. You were there in every moment, even when I couldn't see, working through the broken pieces to bring me back to peace. This is the prayer on the front porch as the evening meets the sky. Thank you for your mercy, Lord, for never passing by. Thank you for the mountains, thank you for the rain, because we're on the front porch with the stars begin to shine. I remember my old father bowing down his head to pray, asking God for guidance at the ending of each day. Back then I didn't understand the power in those words, but now I hear his prayers again every time the mockingbird is heard. The fields have changed around me, the years have come and gone. Friends have moved away from here and some have traveled on, but the cross still stands upon the hill. The church bell still will ring and grace still flows as freely as the songs the angels sing. This is a prayer on the front porch as the evening meets the sky. Thank you for your mercy, Lord, for never passing by. Thank you for the mountains, thank you for the ride. Thank you for your mercy, Lord, for never passing by. God of miracles, closer to your name. And when my strength is fading, and when my hands grow weak, someday when my journey ends and heaven comes in view, I'll lay down every burden and freedom from my sins. Thank you for the valleys, thank you for the grace, thank you for the love I found, my Savior's warm embrace. This is the prayer on the front porch, the prayer I've always known, that no matter where life leads me, your love will bring me home. The night grows quiet, the star porch swing moves in the breeze. I can almost hear heaven's welcome home. I was walking down a dusty road with tired hands and a heavy soul. The night was long, the sky was cold, and I was carrying more than I could hold. I looked around but found no light, only shadows in the dark of night. Then I heard your whisper in the wind, child, I'm here, you're not alone again. When my strength was gone and my faith was weak, your mercy found me right where I couldn't see. Jesus, you carried me through the storm, held my heart and kept me warm. When the rivers rose and the mountains fell, you were the voice that broke my hell. Through the dust, through the rain, through every loss and every pain, I still believe I stills my life is in your hands. There were valleys deep and roads unknown, times I felt abandoned and alone, but every tear became a prayer, and every prayer found you standing there. You turned my ashes into grace, put a song of hope back in this place. Now every sunrise that I see reminds me what you've done for me. When the world moved on and the silence stayed, your love remained and never walked away. Jesus, you carried me through the storm, held my heart and kept me warm. When the rivers rose and the mountains fell, you were the voice that broke my hell. Through the dust, through the rain, through every loss and every pain, I still believe I stills my life is in your hands. So I'll sing beneath these open skies with grateful tears and lifted eyes. Every breath and every day, I'll follow where you lead the way. No more fear, no more chains. You turn my sorrow never comes. I'll still be singing of your love. Jesus, you carried me through the storm, held my heart and kept me warm. Through every battle I have faced, I've seen the power of your grace. Through the dust, through the rain, through every joy and every pain, I still believe I'm safe inside your hands. On that dusty road I found my king. I was driving down a lonely highway with the radio turned low, carrying years of silent questions and burdens no one knows. The night was cold around me, the stars were if the road ahead, I wondered if the road's for me. I had chased so many promises that vanished in the winds, living deep inside my heart. Then somewhere in the silence I heard your gentle voice say, child, I have never left you, I've been here all the way. You were the road that led me home, the light when I was all alone, when my world was falling apart. Jesus, you never let me go. Now wherever I may roam, that leads me home. The morning sun was rising as the darkness slipped away, and for the first time in so long I felt the warmth of grace. The fields rolled past the window, golden underneath the sky, and every mile reminded me that hope had not yet died. I remembered all the battles, every mountain I'd climbed, every prayer I thought was lost somewhere in the night. But now I see your fingerprints in every victory and scar, because you were writing mercy long before I knew you were. You were the road that led me home, the light when I was all alone, when my world was falling apart. Jesus, you never let me go. Now wherever I may roam, that leads me home. When the storms were raging, you became my shelter. When my faith was fading, you carried me further. When I could not see tomorrow, you could see beyond the rain. And every broken piece of me you lovingly reclaimed. You were there beside the river, you were there upon the hill, you were there in every moment when the world stood still. And if I walk through valleys I have never seen before, I know your hands will guide me like they always have before. Now the road looks different, though it twists and though it bends, because I know the one beside me will stay until the end. I don't fear the distance, I don't fear the night, because the God who brought me here will never leave my side. You were the road that led me home, the light when I was all alone, when my world was falling apart, the voice that calls me by my name, the love that stays the same. And when my final journey comes and I stand before your throne, I'll sing forever loud and strong. You were the road, you were the road that led me home. Through every valley, through every storm, through every mile I travel. Down beside the old river where my father used to pray, I can still hear his voice, though the years have slipped away. The water keeps on moving, but some things never change, because the God who made the river still remembers every name. I've seen seasons come and go, I've watched mountains turn to dust, but your promises remain, Lord, and in your word I trust. The river knows his name. The mountains know it too, the stars above are singing about the love of you. And if creation praises, then so will I proclaim, Jesus is forever, and the river knows his name. Every current tells a story, every wave repeats the sound of mercy flowing endlessly to every lost soul found. When my journey reaches heaven and I finally cross the shore, I'll join the endless worship forevermore. The river knows his name. Dust on my boots and a Bible in my hand, Walking these roads with a faithful plan. The wind keeps singing through the old pine trees, and I hear heaven whispering peace to me. When the night gets long and the mountains rise, I lift my prayers up to the open skies. Every step I take is leading me back home. Jesus, you're the light on my darkest road. You're the strength I find when I can't carry the load. Through the valleys low and the rivers wide, I keep moving on with you by my side. The old guitar plays by the fire tonight, songs of mercy underneath the moonlight. Amazing grace carried by the southern breeze. Your love keeps setting this weary heart free. When the storms roll in and the thunder falls, your promise shines brighter than the morning sun, and your faithful work in me is never done. Jesus, you're the light on my darkest road. You're the strength I find when I can't carry the load. Through the valleys low and the rivers wide, I keep moving on with you by my side. One day I'll stand on those golden streets where every broken heart finds peace. Till that day comes, I'll sing your name forever and forever. You remain the same. Jesus, you're the light on my darkest road. You're the strength I find when I can't carry the load. Through the valleys low and the rivers wide, I keep moving on with you by my side. With you by my side. The morning sun was rising over fields of golden grain. The river kept on moving after nights of heavy rain. I stood there by the water, pieces could ever become whole. I walked through dusty highways, I've chased dreams that disappear. I've carried silent questions and more than a few fears. But somewhere in I hear you say every step along the way. I found Jesus by the river where mercy meets the shore. He took the weight I carried and I didn't need it anymore. I found Jesus by the river and he became my friend. The wind moved through the cottonwood, the sky turned shades of gold, and suddenly the silence felt warmer than the cold. The same hands that made the mountains the sound and grace and kindness and lifted up me. I found Jesus by the river where mercy meets the shore. He took the weight I carried and I didn't need it anymore. I found Jesus by the river and he became my friend. If tomorrow brings a storm cloud, if the road gets hard to see, I'll remember by that river what his love has done for me. The God who calmed the waters still speaks, shepherd of the valley still leads me home. I found Jesus by the river, where mercy meets the shore. He gave me hope for living and a reason to believe once more. I found Jesus by the western sky, on the other side. The river keeps on flowing, the seasons come and go, but the love of my Savior will never let me go. The morning sun was rising over fields of golden grain. The river kept on moving after nights of heavy rain. I stood there by the water, and pieces could ever become whole. I walked through dusty highways, I've chased dreams that disappear. I've carried silent questions and more than a few fears. But somewhere in I hear you say, every step along the way. I found Jesus by the river, where mercy meets the shore. He took the weight I carried, and I didn't need it anymore. I found Jesus by the river, and he became my friend. The wind moved through the cottonwood, the sky turned shades of gold, and suddenly the silence felt warmer than the cold. The same hands that made the mountains the sound, and grace and kindness had lifted up me. I found Jesus by the river, where mercy meets the shore. He took the weight I carried, and I didn't need it anymore. I found Jesus by the river, and he became my friend. If tomorrow brings a storm cloud, if the road gets hard to see, I'll remember by that river what his love has done for me. The God who calmed the waters still speaks, shepherd of the valley still leads me home. I found Jesus by the river, where mercy meets the shore. He gave me hope for living and a reason to believe once more. I found Jesus by the western sky, on the other side. The river keeps on flowing, the seasons come and go, but the love of my Savior will never let me go. I was standing by the old fence line, watching another sunset fade, thinking about I've traveled and every choice I made, thinking of roads I've traveled and every choice I made. The wind rolled through the cornfields, the sky was painted gold, and I felt your presence near me like a story being told. There were nights I felt forgotten, days I almost lost my way, moments when the silence was louder than my prayers. But through every broken season, through every fallen tear, you were writing something beautiful even when I couldn't see it clear. Found my home in your arms, Jesus, my shelter from the storm. When the world was cold around me, your love kept me warm. Through the valleys and the mountains, through every winding road, I found my home in your arms, Jesus, the only place I belong. The old church down the back road still rings its Sunday bell, and every sound reminds me of the story you still tell, of mercy for the weary, of grace for those who fall, of a father standing waiting with his arms open for all. I've seen rivers overflow, I've nothing shake the land, but nothing ever moved me like the touch of your hand. You turned my fear to courage, my sorrow into praise, and gave me songs of worship for the rest of my days. I found my home in your arms, Jesus, my shelter from the storm. When the world was cold around me, your love kept me warm. Through the valleys and the mountains, through every winding road, I found my home in your arms, Jesus, the only place I belong. And when the night grows darker and when my strength grows weak, I remember all your promises and the peace you always bring. You never left beside the river, you're the same faithful Savior, and you always will be still. Someday when my journey ends and heaven comes in sight, I'll walk into your presence, covered in your light. No more tears to carry, no more pain to hide, just everlasting worship, standing by your side. I found my home in your arms, Jesus, my shelter from the storm. Through the valleys and the mountains, through every winding road, I found my home in your arms, Jesus, the only place I belong. The stars may fade, the years may pass, but your love will lead me home at last. There's an old dirt road behind the farmhouse where I used to run as a child, chasing dreams across the fields beneath the sky so wide and wild. Back then life felt endless, the future felt so near, the future felt so near. And I never thought I'd carry so many questions through the years. I've watched seasons change around me. I've had moments full of laughter, I've had nights I couldn't stand, wondering if you still held me inside your loving hands. Then the morning came so softly, like mercy spirit whispered, my child, keep moving on. Beyond the old dirt road, Lord, I know you're waiting there, past the hills and through the valleys, past every whispered prayer. When my strength begins to fail me and my heart grows tired and worn, your love will be through the storm. Beyond the old dirt road, Lord, beyond what I can see, where you prepared a home for me. I remember kneeling in the chapel with my mother by my side, hearing songs about redemption and the Savior who had died. At the time they seemed like stories, words carried by the wind, but now they become the anchor that I hold on to again. Keeps getting louder, everyone is running fast, chasing after things that vanish like shadows that don't last. But peace is found in simple moments, in a quiet heart that knows that the shepherd still is leading where his living water flows. Beyond the old dirt road, Lord, I know you're waiting there, past the hills and through the valleys, past every whispered prayer. When my strength begins to fail me and my heart grows tired and worn, and my heart grows tired and worn, your love will be the sunrise, your love will be the sunrise that carries me through the storm. If the rivers rise around me, if the mounts a hand too high, the moon and stars of thousands, the same God who calmed beside me. One day I'll cross the river to that bright and distant shore, where sorrow has no memory and pain exists no more. The angels will be singing, the gates will open wide, and I'll fall before my Savior with thanksgiving in my eyes. Beyond the old dirt road, Lord, the journey will be done, and I'll stand within the glory of the Father and the Son. Every prayer I've ever whispered, every tear I've cried alone, will become a song of worship as you welcome your child home. Beyond the old dirt road, Lord, beyond the setting sun, in the presence of the Holy One. The wind still moves through the fields tonight, but somewhere beyond the horizon a better country waits beyond. And until that day arrives, I'll keep singing as I go, my Savior leads me home. The sun was falling on an old dirt road, I was carrying a lifetime of heavy loads. Miles behind me, nowhere left to run, thinking maybe I was the forgotten one. The wind was cold on that lonely night, no stars above and no sign of light. Then through the silence I heard your call, the shepherd's voice breaking through it all. You knew my name before I knew your grace. You found my heart in that empty place. You left the 99 to rescue me when I was lost in my wandering ways. You carried me home through amazing grace. Your love was strong and washed away my years. Now every road and every mile leads me closer to your smile. Now the mornings feel a little brighter. The burdens that I carried feel much lighter. Every sunrise paints the sky anew, reminding me of all you brought me through. The old chains fell beside the road. You lifted up my weary soul. And now the song inside my chest is singing of the one who gives me rest. The world may change like shifting sand, but I am safe within your hands. You left the 99 to rescue me when I was lost in my wandering ways. You carried me home through amazing grace. Your love was strong and washed away my years. Now every road and every mile leads me closer to your smile. If the storms return someday, I know you will make a way. For the God who calmed the raging sea is the same God walking here with me. So I'll raise my praises loud and high, because the story of your sacrifice. You left the 99 to rescue me. Your nail-scarred hand set my spirit free. And when my journey here is done, I'll stand before the Holy One. Until that day, my song will rise like an eagle through the skies. Forever grateful for the shepherd who left the 99. On heaven's shore, I'll finally see the King who gave his life for me. Glory to my Savior King.